Good morning to all of you. I warmly welcome you all to the third research conference organized by International Institute of Health Sciences, Inquirer 2014, Trauma and Emergency Care. To start the inauguration ceremony, let's light the oil lamp. I cordially invite Her Excellency Robin Moody, Australian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Dr. Amal Harshad De Silva, Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Health and the President of the College of Medical Administrators, Professor Gunapala Nanayakara, Chairman of Graduate School of Management, Dr. Sarath Samarage, Senior Consultant for World Health Organization, Dr. Anil Jaisinghe, Director of National Hospital, Dr. Mahinda Balasurya, Chairman of IIHS, Dr. Nihal De Silva, Dean of IIHS, Ms. Nishani De Silva, Chief Operating Officer of IIHS, Mr. Amila Kulaturga, Business Development Manager of IIHS, Dr. George Pereira, Head of Academic Affairs, Mrs. P. L. Jayawardena, Head of the Faculty of Nursing, Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe, Clinical North State University of College of Medicine from USA, and Gazan from USA. Dr. Gamini Gunathilaka, Senior Consultant Surgeon, Sri Jayawardena General Hospital. Dr. G. D. Samita Samarmali, Medical Officer, Health Promotion Unit, Health Education Bureau. Mr. Tim Morse from Coventry University, UK. Mr. Ramesh Prasad from Open University of Malaysia. Ms. Renee De Fraser from Western Australia. Ms. Lalita Peris, Vice President, Nursing Council. Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, Maldives. Representing the private sector, Ms. Varuni. And representing the IIHS student body, Mahi from Diploma in General Nursing. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Please rise for the national anthems. Please remain stand for the national anthem of Australia.
Was so crying as it cried and bright stars through the clear skies. For the ramparts we run were so gallantly and
Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to invite Dr. Kitsiri Edrisinghe, Deputy Chairman of IIHS and Director, Academic Strategy and International Affairs, to welcome the gathering and to talk about the objectives of the Bio-Inquirer.
Her Excellency Robert Modi, High Commissioner to the Australia, Dr. Amansa De Silva, Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Anil Jasinghe, Director National Hospital, Dr. Kumar Vikramasinghe, Director Carson Street Hospital, Dr. Sajiv Narangode, Managing Director Brown's Healthcare, and all administrators of the Ministry of Health, heads of private sector hospitals, Chairman of Dr. Sarat Samarage, consultant for WHO, Dr. Renat Ranasinghe and Dr. Hernando Garzan from USA, Mr. Tim Moles and from UK, Ms. Renee Dispreza and Dr. Adrian Midini from Australia, Dr. Ramesh Prasad from Malaysia, Dr. Gamini Gunatilaka, Dr. Samita Samanmali from Sri Lanka, and delegates of the Maldivian Nursing Council, Dr. Nihal De Silva, Dean of IIHS, Dr. Mahinda Balasurya, Chairman of IIHS, Ms. Nishani Kulatunga and the team of IIHS, and all participants. So let me warmly welcome you to the Bio-Inquirer, the International Conference on Trauma and Emergency. We are gathered here today in this beautiful Friday in the recently beautified city of Colombo. First, let me give you a brief or insight to the birth of Bio-Inquirer. If you look at the healthcare service, it is considered as a priority service segment in any country and any community, and it's a dynamic industry where it undergoes rapid change due to various reasons. Technological revolution, change in the epidemiological and demographic pattern, multiple socio-economic and environmental factors are some of the reasons for the dynamism of this sector. These rapid changes have led to demands that cannot be fulfilled by the existing systems, methods, and the already scarce resources. Therefore, it is mandatory that a new approach is needed to counter these new challenges in order to sustain respective healthcare systems. To be successful, the new approach has to be a global and collective effort of collection of best practices, which are evidence-based reflections of the professionals around the world. One of the best ways to do this is by creating a global platform for professionals. Bio-Inquirer is a global incubator formulated in the year 2013 with a view to organize 4 dimensions, namely to stimulate, to grow, to exchange, and to recognize the international health and bioscience knowledge. The main focus of Bio-Inquirer is on the healthcare sector, which indeed is hungry for a paradigm of knowledge. This is an open forum organized by International Institute of Health Sciences and Green Healthcare Private Limited, the pioneers in the healthcare industry in Sri Lanka today. The Inquirer will incubate global knowledge through conferences, research forums, publications, and supporting professional and student exchange programs. This is open to professionals and students in healthcare and bioscience industry as well. Within the space of 1 year, Inquirer has organized 2 main conferences and 2 research forums, with the participation of many healthcare professionals from 4 countries, namely Australia, United Kingdom, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka. This was closely supported by the Australian High Commission through Austrade and the Ministry of Health through Western Provincial Health Ministry under the able leadership of Dr. Amal Harsa de Silva. The first conference was held in May 2013 on the theme of research process and was conducted with the participation of representatives from La Trobe University, Australia, TAFE South Australia, Charles Darwin University, Australia, Open University, Malaysia, Coventry University, UK, and International Institute of Health Sciences, Sri Lanka. The Research Forum 1, followed by the Research Conference, was held in the participation with the same professional group, and there were 28 researchers were published and printed and published to the 3rd issue of Inquirer magazine. The publication were mainly on nursing and physiotherapy disciplines and ranging from undergraduate and postgraduate studies. The second conference was held in November 2013, was on the infection control and the theme Target Zero Hospital Acquired Infections, and was conducted with the participation of professionals from La Trobe University, Australia, Charles Darwin University, Australia, Open University of Malaysia, Coventry University, UK, Ministry of Health, Sri Lanka, and International Institute of Health Sciences. The Research Forum 2 followed by the Zero Infection Conference, and there were 27 researchers who published again. This is the 3rd conference and the 5th event organized by the Inquirer under the theme Trauma and Emergency Care, with the participation of Mr. Tim Morse from Coventry University, UK, Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe from California North State University College of Medicine, Dr. Hernando Garzon from Sacramento County Emergency Medical Services Department, United States, Mr. Rene DePreza from Global Health Alliance, Western Australia, Dr. Adrian Midenia from Griffith University, Australia, Mr. Ramesh Prasad from Open University of Malaysia, Dr. Gamani Gunatilaka of Sri Javadhanpur General Hospital, Dr. Samita Samanmali of Health Education Bureau, and Dr. Nihal Silva and myself will also contribute to this conference from IIHS. Then the Research Forum 3 will be conducted in November 2014 and it's currently open for healthcare for submission of papers. Inquirer also parallelly organized with the participation of the Western Australian government a few workshops were held for the last few days with the participation of Rene and Jenny from Global Health Alliance, Western Australia. And it was closely supported by the Austrade, Mr. Shamir Jawad and Mr. David Samuel of Austrade for these conferences. We managed to hold these workshops in 3 different locations, supporting the nursing development of the nursing professionals in Sri Lanka under the theme Trauma and Emergency. And this was closely supported by Mr. Peter Forby. Unfortunately, he couldn't attend due to a personal reason today. And he's the Regional Director of Western Australian Trade Commission. Today, we could reach all corners of the globe by using IT. And the Inquirer conference will become a webinar today. And we are hoping to expand our wings from here onwards. I hope some of you can see on the screen on the left, there are a few professionals are joining us. Charita from Australia, Adelaide, Australia, and Dr. Makalanda from Fiji. Just for a start, we are starting today this webinar. This will continue in years to come. This is one of the best mode of exchanging knowledge in the world today. So Inquirer could not come so far in a short space of time without the support and the encouragement of some important personalities and organizations. Dr. Nihal de Silva, Dean of IIHS, and Dr. Amal Harsa de Silva, Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Health, and Mr. David Samuel of Austrade, Dr. Nishan de Silva of National Hospital Sri Lanka, and vibrant team of IIHS, led by Mr. Shani Kulatunga, and most importantly, all university partners and their leaders from around the globe who believe the concept and the incubation of knowledge. Finally, let me wind up with a quote of knowledge by Einstein. Quote, "The possession of knowledge does not kill the sense of wonder and mystery. There's always more mystery." Unquote. We know that we have started a room for endless growth, and finally we contribute to the improvement of the quality of the mankind. So enjoy the rest of the inauguration session, and I strongly believe that you will contribute to the 4D concept of BioInquirer by stimulating, growing, exchanging, and recognizing the international healthcare and bioscience knowledge across the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. To move another step forward in our achievements, to launch the BioInquirer website, I cordially invite Her Excellency Robin Moody, Australian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka.
Meeting is here. Then press this button forward, so the slide will change and you open the key.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I cordially invite Dr. Nihal De Silva, Dean of IIHS, to talk about contribution of IIHS to global healthcare.
Good morning and welcome everyone. I'm not going to individually name our distinguished guests here today in the interest of time. I don't think they have gained more honors in the last 10 minutes, so there's no need to expand. I'm honored to be able to say a few words on behalf of IIHS. Our institution is 12 years old now, and when we started, it was a very small mom and pop operation. The idea was originally Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe, who's here, and we kind of helped him. Now, when we were singing or listening to the national anthems of the participating countries, 5 of them, and some of them being big countries in the world compared to Sri Lanka, it's really amazing, heartwarming, and it's a big credit and tribute that IIHS has managed to make an impact. I don't know how big an impact it is, but we have got the ball rolling, and with all the cooperation that we have been getting, and I must mention here our Australian folks and also from the ministry, our Sri Lankan folks who have given us a lot of encouragement. When we first started, it was Dr. Ranasinghe's idea that we offer courses here to the lesser privileged people of Sri Lanka, not to the urban elite. And with that idea, we started our school in Kandy and not in Colombo. Within a couple of years, we had rapid recognition, and because of that, we had to, in a way, move to Colombo. But the initial effort that was put into it, the initial groups of students, the initial groups of parents who trusted us, all those are success stories. And some are really big success stories. So over the last 12 years, we have initially walked a little bit, then jogged a little bit, then maintained a good jogging pace, and now we are kind of entering a sprint mode. We are doing better. This is not to boast about our progress, but just to keep people informed that it has taken 14 years for us to get to where we are. We have now inquiries from other countries, the Maldives, Bangladesh, some African countries, to help with their programs. Recently, we also have had an inquiry from Burma. So this just shows that a small effort started with good intentions, with perseverance, persistence, and commitment can make an impression. We have always used global standards rather than local standards so that our students can measure up to competition from any part of the world, as it were. And our students today are in New Zealand, in Australia, in Malaysia, in the UK, in the USA, doing quality jobs. That was another reason why we started this program, to export quality labor, skilled labor, rather than unskilled labor. And we have been recognized by our government that we have indeed succeeded, because they are collaborating with us now to export our successful students. In a nutshell, that's where we stand today, and I'm encouraged and enthused by the fact that all of you have come today to listen to what we have to present and offer. And I hope that when we have our next session, it will be even better, even more informative, and we would have more participation from other foreign organizations. Thank you very much again for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I cordially invite all of you to watch a presentation about our institute and our achievements. Thank you. I cordially invite Dr. Leonard Ramsingh, Clinical Professor, California North State University College of Medicine, USA, to address the gathering.
Good morning. Like Dr. Nihal De Silva mentioned, all the distinguished guests have been already welcomed, so I'm not going to repeat that. But I would want to thank Dr. Kitsiri Edrisinghe and his staff and Dr. Nihal De Silva for doing a great job. Which was started as at its humble beginnings in Perodenia, now has grown to be very successful, not only in numbers, but in terms of the different programs they're offering, as well as the standards they have achieved. And they have partnered with different countries who are giving all different support, and I'm thankful for that. But there's one individual I want to mention who stood by us from the beginning, at the inception when we had difficult times. He stood by us at good times and a lot of adverse times. His support has been continuous from that time onwards to this day. And let me again introduce Dr. Amal Harsha De Silva. Would you please stand? Not only he has given all the support, and his family and my family have become good friends, and we had the fortunate opportunity to host him at our home, some time back. So thank you, Amal Harsha De Silva, for all the support you have given. The school has achieved a lot, like I said, and there's one student, in fact, I need to recognize, I apologize, who, I cannot remember her name now, Nihal, if you. Miriam. Miriam, would you please stand? And she was one of our gold medalists, the first gold medalist, and now she has joined the staff at IIHS. So we have done well, and not like the programs which was listed in the previous presentation. There are, I think, 4 or 5 students who came to United States to complete their final year in their senior year in their physiotherapy, which we call physical therapy in the United States. And I got an email from Dr. Idris Singh, asking me, would you please help these students to get jobs? Of course, physical therapy is not my area. My specialty is emergency medicine, but I said I'll do my best. So my wife, fortunately, knows a person from our church who happens to own several physical therapy locations. So she contacted them and she joined us. And then I contacted another physical therapy friend of mine, and he said the same thing. He said, we would love to have them. And I was really surprised. So I contacted these students to inform them that there are opportunities. Now you can start sending your information to this. And they said, Dr. Ranasinghe, thank you very much, but we got jobs next day. So I want to mention that, you see, what the school has done to achieve this, this kind of level, to give opportunities to students to go outside the United States and get excellent jobs, not only in nursing but as well as in physical therapy and other areas. So let me again thank the IIHS staff and thank the distinguished guests and all the participants, and thank you for giving me and my wife to come and be a part in this excellent opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I cordially invite Dr. Amal Hashwari Silva, Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Health, to address the gathering now.
Madam Robin Modi, Excellency the Ambassador for Australia and Sri Lanka, Dr. Anil Jasinghe, the Director, National Hospital of Sri Lanka, all the distinguished members in this audience, including Kitsarit Singh and his team, and the guests, my friends from US, Lena Ranasinghe and the whole team here. It's a wonderful moment as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. Today, we are going from strength to strength as far as healthcare is concerned on a day-to-day basis. Now, talking about IIHS, I think they have done enormous thing, a change in how we look at healthcare in this country. Now, they have started from humble beginnings, as Dr. Lena Ranasinghe quite rightly said, but with a very warm and a good heart. And I think it's nice to see that it's bearing fruit. Now, there are a lot of changes that have happened to grassroots level people's lives. About 200 people have changed their lives completely because of this institution, and they have got gainful employment elsewhere. I can remember when they just started, they said it's a very benevolent thing. We don't want to see Sri Lankans as housemates slaving away in the Middle East, and that's how they started this. And I think you have achieved a lot. And I think you can be justifiably proud of what you have done. And this Bio-Inquirer is another step that you have taken. And that step also has promising results, because I think the able support of the Australian government. I must tell you, madam, you have done an enormous amount in this country, and we really respect you for what you have done. And I think your Prime Minister, Mr. Tony Abbott, he also came here, and he also gave us a lot of encouragement, which is a rarity in the present day. And I think all these things, our strengths should be put together to develop this country, to make ourselves stronger, and also to do what we do today a little bit better tomorrow. And trauma care, when it comes to trauma care, this institution is one of the most wonderful institutions which are given trauma care and which can give lessons to the whole world, I must tell you. And the most able director who was handling the emergencies for the last few decades are here with us. That is Dr. Anil Jasing. He has done enormous amount of work as far as the trauma is concerned. We had a very bad period, as you all know, for the last 30 years. There are many casualties which came to our institution without any notice sometimes. And of course, we manage many of them with a very exemplary track record of management. I think therefore, it's very pertinent that you selected the National Hospital of Sri Lanka to have this very, very important and a vibrant conference. Now, when it comes to trauma and emergency care, it's a success story at the National Hospital, under the National Hospital roof. It's not the same when it comes to outside the country. We have to develop ourselves and to educate ourselves at the grassroots levels to improve care, improve the golden hour of treatment. I think I'm subject to correction by all the senior surgeons like Dr. Ram and all the experts who have come from US. But still, I think we have a long way to go as far as the improvements are concerned. Therefore, it's continuous quality improvement, the Japanese Kaizen approach that we would like to have. And therefore, I think we have a lot of powerful allies today. The Australian government is helping us in a big way, and the US is not. And US government is helping. I think these are part of the US citizens are here, and it's a wonderful country. I was just there 1 week ago, and it's a superb country to be. And in the meantime, Malaysia is very, very strong. Malaysia is helping, and also UK have been helping. And I think you have gathered a lot of momentum in trying to do what we do at the grassroots level on a day-to-day basis, a little bit better to. Now, I must say that these things don't happen by itself. There should be some big commitment behind all these things. And I see this commitment of Dr. Kitsile Singha and a world-renowned scientist, I must say, Dr. Nihal de Silva. I think you have done this change, and I hope that this change will bear fruit at the grassroots level people, and the people's life will change in time to come for this country. And the results of this conference will benefit large amounts of caregivers and also care recipients in time to come. And therefore, let me wish this conference all the best. And the Ministry of Health is there to support you. And our Excellency the President, Mahinda Rajapaksa, wants to make this the hub for healthcare in time to come. And we are coming there. Because we are a country who have maintained very good health at low cost. Quantities of care we have achieved, we have mastered. But individual high-cost interventions, emergency care, trauma care, we have to improve. And therefore, I think these are the gap-filling area, and we want to learn from the world and also share the knowledge with the world and make this a vibrant place in healthcare in time to come. And I would like to thank you for organizing this conference here, and also once again, thank you, Robin Modi, Madam, for organizing this and helping us. You are the first government to come and help Sri Lanka when we were just out of trouble. And I really remember that with all the gratitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I cordially invite Her Excellency Robin Modi to speak a few words.
Good morning. Like other speakers before me, I would just like to give a general acknowledgement to the range of distinguished guests we have here this morning, distinguished professional colleagues, participants from overseas, and other people who are taking part in this event today. I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the Australian Government to participate in this inauguration ceremony for Inquirer 2014. The conference has been organised by the International Institute of Health Sciences in order to share the latest knowledge and innovations in modern trauma and emergency care. Although I haven't acknowledged others individually, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Amal Harsha de Silva, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Health, who, as well as being a champion of the improvement of health services across the country, is also one of the driving forces behind the IIHS. I would also like to give great credit to the Chairman and Board of Management of the Institute. I'm sure, thanks to their hard work and dedication, this event will be both enlightening and rewarding in a professional way for all of you here. I very much welcome the presence of academics and healthcare professionals from Australia, Malaysia, the UK and the United States, who have travelled here to Colombo to share their expertise and knowledge. The Australian High Commission, through Austrade, is very proud to be supporting this event for the third time. As anyone who has ever had to call on emergency services would know, when you are faced with a medical crisis, you want to be assured that your loved one, family member, colleague is going to receive the best possible care, whatever the problem. And that care is only as good as the professionals who deliver it, whether they're in the nursing corps, among specialist practitioners, or part of paramedical teams who offer such vital first response support. As Dr. Katsiri has said, the objective of this conference is to introduce modern management concepts and practices in managing trauma and emergencies, covering all four major disciplines in health: medical, surgical, obstetric and paediatric. This is a significant endeavour which has the scope to greatly improve the effectiveness of emergency services here in Sri Lanka. It will improve Sri Lanka's overall quality of health service delivery, assist it to continue to refine and expand emergency health care to meet ever-increasing demand, and offer real benefits to the people who need to call on emergency services in the future. I'm delighted to see the participation of so many medical and healthcare professionals at this conference, and the contribution of a number of academics participating from foreign countries, including Australia. This all points to an event which will be of real value to participants, and which I hope will deliver real benefits to future patients and their families in Sri Lanka. Australia is very proud of the cooperation it has with the IIHS and Australian education institutions, a number of which are represented here today. A number of institute students are earning Australian qualifications in nursing, which in turn provide the opportunity to work in Australia, here in Sri Lanka or other parts of the world. Australia is a recognised world leader in providing international education, with 500,000 international students studying in Australia each year. This figure includes a sizable number of Sri Lankan students, who, we like to think, come back to home to Sri Lanka carrying a little bit of Australia with them. We're pleased that the number of Sri Lankans choosing to pursue further education in Australia is on the rise, with Sri Lanka among the top 10 countries for international students who choose to undertake higher degrees in research in Australia. In the medical sphere, Australian scientists and researchers have been responsible for major breakthroughs and technological advances, such as the bionic ear and the cervical cancer vaccine, both which have the power to save and transform lives, and both which came about through years of painstaking research. So study in this area in Australia has the potential to see Sri Lankan medical practitioners and researchers contributing to similar breakthroughs in the future. Sri Lanka and Australia have a strong relationship that goes back over many decades. It's underpinned by many different points of engagement, such as migration, sport, shared membership of the Commonwealth, and development assistance. The education and academic ties between our two countries are particularly strong, and they go all the way back to the 1950s when the Colombo Plan was first started. We're very proud of our education system, and we're proud to be sharing it with Sri Lankan students. Through engaging in international education, Australia helps build knowledge and understanding, which in turn supports the growth and prosperity of Australia and its region. We are also very proud to be able to support events such as today's Inquirer International Health Conference, which build on the strong ties we share through education and extend our sharing of knowledge and expertise in a very practical way. I'd like to acknowledge the support provided by the Western Australian Government and Global Health Alliance Western Australia to the Institute to organise this conference. I hope that the event will be of real benefit to all participants, and that its end result will be to see further improvements in emergency services delivery in Sri Lanka, with a consequent benefit to patients and their families at times of medical crisis. Dr. Nilan de Silva rather modestly said that after 12 years, the IIHS had made an impact but he wasn't sure how big that impact was. I think I can safely say that for any member of Sri Lankan society or their family who has benefited from improvements to healthcare delivery at the hands of professionals who have been trained by the Institute, the impact is immeasurable. I'd like to congratulate the Institute on its sustained and meaningful impact on the Sri Lankan healthcare sector and wish it continuing success in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time for us to present a few tokens. I cordially invite Dr. Kitsiri Edrisinghe, Deputy Chairman of IIHS, to offer a token of appreciation to Her Excellency Robin Moody, Australian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, for her presence today. Thank you very much for coming today, madam. I would like to invite Dr. Nihal De Silva, Dean of IIHS, to present a token of appreciation to Dr. Aman Harsha De Silva. Thank you very much for coming today, sir.
It's not only for coming today, but for being with us for the last 14 years. They're going to give him a double present.
Thank you, sir. Before we conclude the inauguration ceremony, I kindly invite the guests, and I will be reading out the names. Please remain in the auditorium to take a group photograph. Her Excellency Robin Moody and Dr. Aman Harsha De Silva, Dr. Nihal De Silva, and IIHS staff, Dr. Anil Jayasinghe, Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe, Dr. Hernando Gazan, and Dr. Adrian, Dr. Gamini Gunatilaka, Dr. Saman Mali, Mr. Tim Moss, Mr. Ramesh Prasad, and Ms. Renee, Ms. Husna. Please stay back to take a photograph. And after the photograph, I kindly invite all of you to enjoy a tea. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
The wires. Then people are very in front, stand in front of them. Yeah. You stand in front of them.
Take all gather.
Thank you very much. Please enjoy a cup of tea. And this message goes to all the invitees. If you would like to attend the conference today and tomorrow, please meet Ms. Andamani and other IIHS officials at the registration desk. You can obtain a free ticket for today and tomorrow. Thank you. And please note that the conference will start sharp at 10 o'clock. So please come to the auditorium as soon as you finish your cup of tea. Thank you.
No, just want to see how Inquirer slides on.
Right, okay.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
back. Anyway, I'll be here.
Is there a pointer or a way to highlight something on the screen?
Pointer cannot be used with this, but yeah.
Highlight, then you have to stand there.
Yeah, but then like
Okay, yeah, it's not that important. I can adapt. It's not a big deal. Thank you.
ಆಮೇಲೆ push it a little bit if you want, you can push it back. ಇವಾಗ ಕೊಲೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ you are okay. Cover but no. It's the wrong side.
Mari.
Why?
slides. Coming to how you well, this one, because since I'm using this one,
yes,
right?
You'll see the same picture as the audience see.
Right.
So you
I
can go ahead with this.
Yeah.
This key.
Yeah. Let's just go to my slides.
Yeah,
just open my slide. Use the 5 45 minutes, right? 5 minutes. The one I gave next. The one I gave is draw. Start with the draw.
No, I think it's a matter of just moving it this way, but whether the wires are going to be long enough is what I don't know.
So,
this is how it looks like.
okay, yes.
So you
So
can
show me how to
you'll be using this pointer.
this one.
Yeah.
And
Just press forward key
that
to change slides.
right.
And if you want to go back,
Yeah. Now, if I want to point, yes, how does the point?
point.
Let's say go to slide. Say I want to point to this particular one.
With this, you can't because the screen is bit forward.
Okay.
Is the pointer right there?
Point is here, but
So can't we move this up a little bit? I don't know whether it,
But still, there's no point on that one.
there's no
you
pointer
have the
on
laser pointer, but will not be very effective
visible.
against this
Background
this
in the back. unless you do it in the front. Okay, we'll manage, then it's okay. All right.
If you
Yeah, it's okay. I'll manage. So, what time do you want to start? Okay.
It's 10:15.
Did you make an announcement?
We'll, yeah, we've got everybody to move and come back up here.
Yeah, that's right.
We have to start now.
So, let me know 5 minutes before. Make a signal. Then I will know 5 minutes, then I'll try to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you stand up and wave your hand.
that is a main presentation. So once Manisha call your name, I'll be putting this slide.
So always there is audience.
Tell me again how to move it forward and backwards.
These two keys. This
Forward.
forward, this back.
Nothing else is
Nothing
needed.
else. The hand will be here. If you look at my face, I'll
Yeah, okay. Now, if I have within one slide animations 1, 2, 3, 4 coming with that,
Yes.
it will work.
Sir, can I start now? I can't.
Yeah, I think it should be. Yeah.
Check one.
Check one. Good morning once again. I welcome you all to the conference, Inquirer 2014, Trauma and Emergency Care. Before we start the conference, I would like to make a small request. Please be kind enough to switch off your mobile phones or put it in silent mode. The first speaker for the day is Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe. Let me introduce Dr. Ranasinghe to all of you. Dr. Leonard Ranasinghe graduated from University of Ceylon in 1969 and came to the United States in 1971 and completed his master's and PhD degrees at the University of California at Riverside. He briefly taught biology, physiology, and biostatistics at the university in Alabama before he attended medical school at Loma Linda University School of Medicine in Loma Linda, California. He had his postgraduate medical education at the Kettering Medical Center, Wright State University program at Kettering, Ohio, and started his emergency medicine practice in Ohio. He has practiced emergency medicine in Ohio, Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. before returning to California in 1988. Since 1988, he worked as a senior physician at the Kaiser Hospitals in Sacramento area, and he also was appointed as an assistant clinical professor of emergency medicine at the University of California School of Medicine residency training program. He was later promoted to associate clinical professor of emergency medicine. He retired from KSA in November 2010. During his later years at KSA, he took time off and worked as a consultant emergency